and how to play together in these early games. If you were coaching Clark and your team was struggling, how long do you wait before making changes?
It's hard to say, Kevin. It's a matter of feel and understanding your personnel, and sometimes it's gut instinct, consulting with your staff. But I think you've got to try to keep your changes to a minimal, and when you do make them, try to make sure they're relatively small changes so that you have a chance to adjust and your team does too.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Redick and Simmons are the 2 and the 3. Embiid is out there with Dario Saric, and it's Fultz in at the 1.
Got to admire the hard work of Simmons, a genius at drawing contact.
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change.
Fultz kicks to Saric. Dishes it to Fultz. Good work defensively by Morris. The Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Wall passes to Porter. Morris a screen. Shot off the pick. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
Embiid in the corner. Redick against Beal. Lets a floater go. Out to Morris. And stolen by Redick. And now Philadelphia on the break. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Simmons dishes to Fultz. Redick with a screen on Wall. Fultz kicks to Saric. Shot clock at 6. They get it back. Simmons makes it off the glass.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Beal with a screen for Wall. Shot off the pick. And that's off the glass and in.
You know, Wall's done a nice job, in my opinion, of improving his mechanics with his shot. It's not quite a pure release, but much, much better than it was a couple of seasons ago. And he's really become effective from the mid-range area.
High arcing shot. No good from Simmons.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Embiid the screen. Saric passes to Redick. Back to Saric. Here's Fultz. Morris with the block. And Porter, here we go. The quick look, no good that time.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Simmons. Porter with a block. Porter against Simmons. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Simmons got 6.
Boy, what skill from Simmons. I mean, so adept at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
And Wall kicks to Gortat. Back to Wall. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Fultz dishes to Saric. Outside, Simmons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 8 points for him.
Excellent precision and focus from Simmons. Feeling nobody can guard him down on the block, and he's right most of the time.
Beal, the pass to Gortat. Back to Beal. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Embiid.
And you could argue Bradley Beal was one of the bigger all-star snubs from last season. It's great to see what he can do when finally healthy, and has always been a dangerous scorer when he's at 100%.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And with Beal, and Greg, you brought this up with his health because he hadn't been able really to play a full slate of games in his first 4 years in the NBA.
Yeah, and credit him for dedicating his efforts to improve his health. I mean, was a time when you thought injuries would maybe limit his career, but when he's on the court, he is one of the best we have at that off-guard position, and he's only going to get better.
Nice ball movement by Washington. Morris with the screen for Porter. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Fultz kicks to Saric. Simmons on the wing. Screen by Saric. Shot off the screen and all around the rim that time before dropping in. 10 points for Ben Simmons.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
And the rejection by Embiid.
And Embiid is a determined defender. I mean, swatting away shots. He's got excellent reach and timing. Makes him a good shot blocker.
And now the 76ers on the break. Simmons is running. Count the basket. Simmons got 12 points in the game. Here is Wall. He's got 5. Outside, Beal. Outside, Wall. And the slam dunk by Wall.
You know, one of the things I like about Wall, Kevin, is he really takes on the defense, plays downhill. When he's driving inside, he is committed to scoring over the defense.
Embiid the screen. Embiid with the screen on Porter. And it's Simmons penetrating. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And it's tied up with that one. Clark, you played with so many players throughout your terrific career. What was the one trait that you found made a player easy to play with on the floor?
Well, I think it starts with skill and ability, and everybody has that in the NBA. But attitude and demeanor, unselfishness is kind of where I'm headed there. Desire to do what's needed and to recognize strengths and weaknesses. And then the other piece was his personality, a real joy in playing the game. And those things, to me, always lent themselves to being a good teammate.
And Washington making a change here. Mahimi's checked in. The 76ers also with a sub. Covington's checked in. I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can.
Morris a screen. Beal from long range. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Fultz kicks to Covington. Embiid the screen. Covington dishes to Simmons. That shot no good. And it's Washington the other way. Outside, Wall. Six on the shot clock. Morris with the screen for Porter. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Fultz kicks to Simmons. Embiid sets the pick for Simmons. Embiid the screen. Jumper off the screen. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Redick with the three. It's rebounded by John Wall. Wizards leading by 5. Outside, Beal. And Wall kicks to Porter. Pass to Beal. Mahimi, a screen on Redick. Off the pick. And the rejection by Embiid. And they're able to recover. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. Then for the 76ers, Amir Johnson's checked in for Joel Embiid. Stauskas comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. There's the pick. McConnell kicks to Covington. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Washington fast break. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Smith checked in for Morris. Jody Meeks comes in for Bradley Beal. And it's Frazier in for John Wall. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for the 76ers. They get it again. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Frazier kicks to Smith. Back to Frazier. Now here's Oubre. Defense right on him. Mahimi. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Johnson. Here's Stauskas. He's guarded by Meeks. Holmes, that's a screen. Here's McConnell. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Now it's just a three-point Washington lead. Frazier kicks to Smith. Smith on the wing. Frazier outside. And again, Washington no good.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A-plus defense.
And McConnell gets it to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Frazier outside. He dishes it to Smith. Oubre passes to Mahimi. Over Johnson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
The first one falls. And Clark, it's true the Sixers were a team long stuck in the middle. Does that help explain why they employed such drastic measures to rebuild?
I think so, Kevin. Clearly, they tried getting there the usual way when you try to develop players and maybe add a key free agent here or there, and it didn't quite work. And the process was Plan B. And that process has really started to pay some dividends, so I don't blame them for trying it.
A shot by McConnell, no good. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside, Meeks, rebounded by Holmes. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. Now, here's McConnell. Frazier covering. McConnell kicks to Holmes. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Holmes got the game tied up here for Philadelphia.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here is Frazier. Mahimi a screen. Meeks outside. It's good from long range. Meeks got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. McConnell. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close. Should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom because she has definitely honed something special into him.
To be sure. I'm just not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking once she beats them in a game of horse.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Rolling, absolutely rolling, flat out killing it from beyond the arc.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Rashawn Holmes. Luwawu is out there with T.J. McConnell. Then it's Amir Johnson, and it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. Here's Luwawu. Frazier covering. Offensive rebound. Holmes. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Meeks on the wing. Feeds it to Oubre. Smith right side. Oubre kicks to Meeks. Smith for 3. That one doesn't drop. And Philadelphia the other way now. Passes to Luwawu. Anderson outside. Anderson the screen. Oubre with the steal. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Meeks with it. And another miss by Washington. Here's Luwawu. He's guarded by Meeks. And here's McConnell. Pass to Luwawu. Shot clock at 6. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
The dish to Smith. He kicks it to Mahimi. Back to Smith. Nice ball movement by Washington. And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's his first foul. Gortat's checked in for Washington. The 76ers also with a sub. Sharge is checked in. Frazier outside. He feeds it to Meeks. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Meeks got 6.
No excuse for that kind of defense. I'm positive they're upset about that.
And Anderson kicks to Johnson. And there's the pass to Luwawu. Johnson the screen. Luwawu, the pass to Saric. Shoots over Gortat. Gortat with the block. Kicks it to Oubre. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Often modern NBA players will get criticized for not being sound enough with their fundamentals. Clark, do you feel that's a fair statement?
I really don't. I think it's a bit of an overreach. You know, we all have revisionist history. Things were always better in our past than they are currently. I mean, the stories get better as we get older is one of the ways I've heard it framed. I think the players are more athletic, and because they play growing up in more structured environments, I think sometimes they don't get the same nuances and feel for the game that you would get from just playing organically. But I still think fundamentally the players are quite good, and I do think that's a bit of a reach as a sweeping statement that they're not as sound fundamentally today as they were in the past.
And again, Washington no good.
And, you know, Kevin, that's what they want, an uncontested look from the perimeter. Sadly, they came up short on that possession.
And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Markieff Morris is checked in for Jason Smith. Porter comes in for Kelly Oubre. Beal's checked in for Meeks. And John Wall subbed in for Frazier. Philadelphia also making some changes. Joel Embiid comes in for Johnson. And it's Fultz in for T.J. McConnell. Sharch dishes to Fultz. It's stolen by Wall. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Anderson kicks to Fultz. Charge a screen on Wall. And here's Anderson for three. Second chance effort. And Embiid finishes inside.
No easy chore keeping the 7-footer off the glass. Embiid crashing with intentionality.
Beal the pass to Gortat. Out to the right wing. And Wall kicks to Gortat. And the rejection by Embiid.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Embiid with a screen on Wall. Shot clock at 5. Embiid inside. Gortat's there. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Korkmaz checked in for Philadelphia. Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against New York. Now Wall. 9 points in the game so far. Over Fultz. Wall's shot is good. Wall's got 11 points.
Boy, I really like the way he's stroking the ball. I mean, knocking down a bunch of his shots and really being efficient.
Embiid dishes to Fultz. Embiid the screen. Fultz kicks to Embiid. Clock at 6. The feed to Anderson. 18 feet out. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Washington leading now by 3. Beal can't get it to go. Anderson outside. Embiid with a screen on Porter. Anderson outside. Embiid is at the elbow. Gortat with the steal. Here's Wall, and the rejection by Embiid. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Simmons.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
Sharch passes to Anderson. Here's Embiid. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Marcin Gortat.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Anderson.
One shot.
That one drops. He ties it up. And Joel Embiid, from the time he started playing basketball in Cameroon through the University of Kansas, Clark, he began patterning his game after Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, it sounds like he's a visual learner because he got a DVD of Hakeem and said he watched it almost daily. Their stories are similar. Both started playing hoops relatively late. Both are from Africa. And you watch the gracefulness of Embiid's moves inside. Easy to see the influence of Olajuwon.
Simmons against Porter. Morris with the screen for Wall. In the corner, it's Morris. 4 on the shot clock. Swiped it away. And now the 76ers on the break. And that one's good. Korkmaz. Korkmaz has got the lead up to 2 now for the 76ers. And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleash chaos moment. Washington's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Morris with the screen for Wall. Porter kicks to Morris. 6 to shoot. Over Simmons. Morris, no good. And the 76ers shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Now it's a 4-point 76ers lead.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Now here's Wall. He's got 11. And they get it, so the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one on Embiid.
Hard not to appreciate the brilliance of Wall. I mean, a super fast, quick player, a guy who runs the offense exceedingly well.
The first free throw is good. Well, Clark, you've been in the booth for so long, but I have to ask, have you ever toyed with the idea of coaching or working in some team's front office? I know you did briefly for the Pacers.
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it. I was working in player relations, player development with our guys off the court, and loved it. But it just wasn't something I could sustain at this season in my life. Not interested in coaching. I've never really been, because my career path went towards broadcasting right after I got done playing, and I've paid my dues and have grown in this profession. And I would want to do the same thing in coaching, and I just don't have enough time in front of me to do that. So I'm happy to be around the game in this capacity. Coaching never lets up. I get an off season as a broadcaster.
Yes.
Nice to see how easy he takes over games. Makes it look elementary. I mean, that's why they feed him the rock so much.
The 76ers lead. Embiid with a screen on Gortat. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. Sinks the three-pointer. Fultz has got his first 3 points of the game.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
For better or worse, and it looks like the latter. I mean, those threes not really falling yet.
Morris with the screen for Wall. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Boy, he's having a tough time right now. Seems like he's forcing his shot a bit to me, Kevin, not letting it come in the flow of the game.
Dishes it to Covington. Here's Simmons, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Here's Beal. He's got 5. Gortat dishes to Wall. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Wall's got 5 points now in the quarter. So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against the Heat. Fultz the pass to Simmons. Embiid the screen. They double him with Wall. Simmons against Gortat.
You too.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Wizards trail by 4. 1:57 left to play here in the half. Outside, Beal. Shot clock at 6. On target from 13 feet. Beal's got 7 points. There's 1:40 left in the first half. Fultz kicks to Covington. Embiid the screen. A second chance effort. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. Washington's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Outside, Wall.
Oh! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! My goodness! Tell you one thing, it's a bonus to have a guard who can flush it like that. I mean, Wall gets up high on these jams.
Now here's Fultz. Tight defense on him. Bucket is good.
And even though they're down, I like the way they're pounding the ball inside. It's leading to a lot of points in the paint.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. And then for Philadelphia, Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Simmons. And Stauskas subbed in for Korkmaz.
And Ben Simmons has what I think is elite defensive potential. Quick feet, quick hands, good size, good IQ, and he's a terrific rebounder.
Just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. Oubre, good. He has 7. There's 31 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Stauskas. And Holmes now top of the key. Covington kicks to Holmes. He dishes it to Stauskas. Johnson the screen. Shoots off the screen. Misses off the right iron. Frazier outside. There's the triple. Hands it from downtown. Frazier's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And the first half comes to a conclusion. And the 76ers trailing. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So the Wizards 5 right now. A great scoring pair of wings. Beal the 2. Porter the 3. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Wall in at the 1 spot. Porter with it. Now guarded by Simmons. Wall dishes to Gortat. Back to Wall. Down low. Gortat misses.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Back to Simmons. Embiid with a screen on Beal. With the floater, Embiid goes up again. And, here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And, guys, the big fellas don't always capture the fans' imagination. But Clark, having that charisma makes a difference, and Joel Embiid has plenty of that.
Yes, he does. Charming and funny. I mean, from his love of Shirley Temple to his aspiration of learning to be a point guard, you never know quite what's going to come out of Joel's mouth. And he's enjoying social media, too. You got to be careful there, though.
You're right. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Just 3 to shoot. Beal. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Simmons got 6 rebounds here tonight. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Simmons is an absolute thoroughbred as a scorer, a dominant offensive talent who scores in a lot of different ways.
There's a screen by Gortat. Feeds to Morris. It's Beal on the wing, covered by Redick. There's a screen by Gortat. From deep, Wall, and another miss by Washington.
And, you know, they don't have it right now. I mean, missing these shots so far this half, slow start.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Shoots from 8. Over in the corner, Fultz. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
Porter kicks to Beal. Morris with the screen for Beal. Over Simmons. And again, Washington no good.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Pass to Fultz. Back to Simmons. There's a good screen. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And now a 10.76 lead. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. They need a basket.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
And the 76ers making a change here. McConnell's checked in. Gortat with a screen on Simmons. Ball against Redick. The Wizards with another miss.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
That one goes. Count it. And now 24 points for Ben Simmons.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Wall. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt, but they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be what will the impact of that bench be, and ultimately that's going to determine whether they can contend.
McConnell kicks to Saric. Simmons against Beal. Simmons with it. He's got 24. And that one hits back iron. Beal gets a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Obviously, I mean, it would go a long way if he's making his shots. Right now, they're behind, and they certainly could use his help.
Porter with the steal. Outside, Wall. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Wall's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Wizards. Embiid the screen. McConnell kicks to Simmons. Pass to Embiid over Morris. Again, Embiid missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Redick against Beal. Morris with the screen for Porter. And it's Wall in the corner. Just 4 to shoot. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Simmons on the wing. The dish to Embiid. Back to Simmons. Over Porter. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Wizards trail by 8. Outside, Wall to the middle. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. A chance here to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for the Wizards.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Luwawu is checked in for the 76ers. Redick against Beal. Charge a screen on Gortat. Here's Luwawu. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. Second, John Wall.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
And Washington making a change here. Mahimi's checked in, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
And checking out some numbers for Wall. Last season, he played outstanding. Second in assists, second in steals, and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And back to him finishing runner-up in assists, his court vision, his ability to control the pace of a game makes him especially impossible to defend. Saric against Morris. Looking to end the drought. Jump shot is good. Charge at 5 points so far. Washington calls timeout.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years. And a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Smith checked in for Morris. Kelly Oubre comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And it's Frazier in for John Wall. Mahinmi, a screen on Redick. Here's Oubre. A three-pointer off the mark. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they found their treasure trove.
Meeks on the wing. Nice ball movement by Washington. Frazier kicks to Smith. He feeds it to Mahinmi. Redick against Frazier. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 5 points in the game.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
And the pass to Johnson. Here's Luwawu. And here is Holmes. He's guarded by Meeks. Holmes can't get it to go in.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
The shot by Mahinmi, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Anderson the screen. Kicks to Redick. Anderson outside. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Anderson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Man, gotta like the confidence of Anderson inside, showing excellent patience and a nice soft touch near the rim.
Now the feed to Smith. Frazier outside. Screen by Smith. The jump hook. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 17-6 run. Dishes it to Redick. Floats one up. And the rejection by Mahinmi. And here's Frazier. He has 5. Smith kicks to Frazier. Oubre passes to Mahinmi. Good D by Johnson.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Offensive rebound. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Johnson's got the lead up to 12 now for the 76ers. Smith on the wing. Frazier outside. Pass to Oubre. He kicks it to Frazier. Smith with a wide open look. And another miss by Washington.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Johnson the screen. Passes it to Holmes. Anderson outside. He dishes it to Redick. Here's Luwawu, and it's Meeks with the rebound. Wizards trail by 12. Feeds to Oubre. Smith dishes to Mahinmi. They need this one. Frazier outside. Baseline try. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 4 rebounds now tonight. Luwawu, the pass to Redick. Here's Luwawu. Frazier covering. Holmes, that's a screen. Redick against Smith, and the foul called on Jason Smith. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Bradley Beal's checked in for the Wizards. Wall comes in for Tim Frazier. Then for the 76ers, Robert Covington's checked in for Johnson. And Nick Stauskas is subbed in for J.J. Redick. Here's Luwawu. Tries again. Pass to Anderson. It's stolen by Mahinmi. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the shot goes in. And it's 9 points for Kelly Oubre.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Covington kicks to Holmes. The dish to Stauskas. Here's Luwawu, covered by Wall. He tries for three. No good from Luwawu. Well, through three-quarter. Wizards trail by 10. And so in the game for the 76ers, the young stars Simmons and Embiid at the 4 and 5. Fultz is out there with Stauskas. And it's Covington in at the 3, the small forward. Embiid with a screen on Wall. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Back to Simmons. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Fultz, no good.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
And the rejection by Embiid. And the whistle blew, so that'll be a shooting foul. Great defensive effort there with the blocked shot. But he got more than just the ball that time. Free throws coming up right now. And he makes the first. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The 76ers leading by 9. Here's Fultz. Money from the wing.
And, you know, Fultz has a nice feel for when to let the mid-range J go. I mean, showing a real desire to make this a deadly part of his game.
Outside, Wall. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, when you look at this Washington team, the strength clearly lies in that backcourt. Wall and Beal, arguably the best backcourt in this league. They are the engine that motors this team with their scoring and playmaking.
This Washington backcourt of Wall and Beal. Last season, Greg, they were able to both stay healthy, and Wizards fans finally saw just how potent they both could be.
And remember all those rumors how these two couldn't coexist? Well, they sure liked existing together last season. I mean, they really carried this group when it mattered, and both just explosive players who are not only leaders, but they're terrific two-way players for this franchise.
And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Wall's got 4 points this quarter.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Embiid sets the pick for Simmons. Embiid the screen. 6 on the shot clock. No good from Simmons. Wizards trail by 7. Outside, Wall. Wall draws the double. Here's Morris. It's deflected.
Boy, you cannot forget about the long reach and wingspan of Simmons. I mean, he uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with block shots.
For Washington, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And Wall kicks to Porter. He feeds it to Gortat. And he banks in the layup. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Fultz kicks to Simmons. And Morris comes over to help. A 3 ball. Washington with the rebound. Gortat's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside, Beal. Wall dishes to Porter. Now the pass to Beal. Morris with a screen on Simmons. The drive by Beal. And he drops it in from the low post. Now just a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
Embiid sets the pick for Covington. To the paint. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist from Covington. Covington's got 3 assists now in this one. And Wall kicks to Morris. There's Beal with the 3. Good on the 3-point shot.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Embiid the screen. Here's Simmons. Here's Fultz. Misses the 3.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the 3s.
Wall draws the double. Porter in the corner to take the lead. And again, Washington with the triple.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Porter with the steal. Kicks it to Wall. And there's the feed to Gortat. Wall a screen on Embiid. Here's Beal. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Fultz the pass to Simmons. Dishes it to Embiid. Over Gortat. That one a little long. The Wizards with the lead. Porter kicks to Beal. Back to Porter. Morris a screen. They double him with Simmons. 6 to shoot. Porter with it. Out guarded by Simmons. Morris with a screen on Covington. The putback. It's good on the putback. And it's a 3-point Washington lead.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
And the 76ers call time here. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
I think that's a critical timeout too, Kevin. I mean, they need to find a way to slow him down, shut him down, because he's tearing them apart right now.
And the 76ers with some changes. Sharch checked in for Robert Covington. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Stauskas. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle with his team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Morris a screen. Outside for Beal. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. 15 points for Beal.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
Simmons dishes to Embiid. Shoots over Gortat. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Embiid's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Washington. They're on a 20-6 run. Ball passes to Gortat. It's Beal on the wing, covered by Redick. And stolen by Redick. He kicks to Fultz. Embiid with a screen on Wall. Back to Redick for the 3. Drains the 3-pointer.
And Redick drains these shots constantly. I mean, senses and feels the separation and then capitalizes on it.
And Wall kicks to Gortat. Porter a screen on Embiid. Pass to Beal. This one for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Beal's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
And knocking down a bunch of them, too. Outstanding shooting in this fourth quarter.
Screen by Sharch. Simmons with it. Now guarded by Porter. Gortat against Embiid. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gortat with the steal. Now here's Beal. Guarded closely. Outside Porter. Left side Beal. Fires at the elbow. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And now a 6-point Washington lead. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Washington.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot, and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Washington leading now by 6. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Shot clock at 6. And Washington again with the bucket.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Fultz dishes to Sharch. Passes to Fultz. Screen by Sharch. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. And he comes up with the deuce. Embiid's got 6 points in the quarter.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Beal against Redick. Gortat the pass to Wall. Wall draws the double. And it's Gortat finishing it off.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there. Terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Redick setting the pick for Simmons. Screen by Sharch. The turnaround jumper. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Embiid.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
Outside, Wall. He dishes it to Gortat. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Gortat's got the lead up to 8 now for Washington. Philadelphia's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Sharch a screen on Porter. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. From the wing. The shot comes out. Now Washington takes it the other way. From deep, Wall hits it from 3-point range. And it's an 11-point Washington lead.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Washington called for the foul. So the first one drops, and that brings them to within 10.
You know, you got to love watching Embiid play the game because he has such great passion and really a drive to be great.
And Embiid drops them both. Now Beal. Here's Washington. They're on a 14-6 run. Morris a screen. And Wall kicks to Gortat. Porter dishes to Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Gortat. They get it back. Outside, Wall. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. They recover it. It's good. And the Wizards lead by 11. Philadelphia with the ball. Simmons sets a screen for Fultz. And Gortat over to help. Embiid. Gortat with the steal. And Wall kicks to Porter. Wall passes to Porter. And the rejection by Embiid.
And really nothing they can do now. They just got this one out.
Yep, this one's a wrap, partner.
Redick against Beal. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one.